What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Alright. Well, I'll just say Oklahoma and Denver look like it's going to be a pretty good series. Although, I think Joker might get worn down as it goes. But that is not the purpose of this video. I'm going to speak on the games from yesterday. The Houston Rockets against the Golden State Warriors and the Indiana Pacers against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll speak on the latter first. All right, so Cleveland got shocked last night. Indiana was playing inspired ball. They were getting the ball to each other. Who stood out? Halliburton. You know, Halliburton might not be everybody's flavor, but I'll say this much. Halliburton knows how to run his team. I'll say that. He knows how to run his team. He got Pascal Siakam. He got Mathern. What's old boy, the tall guy that the Lakers are gonna be targeting this summer? I know his name, but I just can't remember. Number 33. But Cleveland, I think they might have taken Indiana a little lightly. We'll see as the see going into the next game. But I think this might be a case of Cleveland taking Indiana a little bit lightly. We'll see. Although the defense that they were playing last night was discombobulating the Cavaliers, but not using it as an excuse. But they didn't have Darius Garland like yesterday. He got like a foot issue. We'll see how that plays out, but should be a pretty competitive series. Both of these teams are young teams. Donovan Mitchell is the most senior out of the players that you're looking for. So it should be Donovan Mitchell's time to at least get past them. Because if they get put out in the second round, this whole outstanding season for them has been all for naught. So they need to at least handle business this round. Maybe the next one, we'll see. But that's pretty much all that's on that. They got, Indiana had a 10-point lead. They was maintaining the whole time. Cleveland made a couple of pushes, but each time they did, they answered back. So we'll see. So Houston against Golden State, Game 7. Now Houston came out first half. They was handling business. It looked like they weren't, they weren't overwhelmed. They was, doing their thing. But slowly and surely, Golden State just kept staying attached to them during that first half. They just stayed arm's length of them, and in the second half they really came back. Thing about that, the comeback, if it wouldn't have been for Buddy Hield, they would have been down a lot farther than they were. Steph Curry I don't think he scored a basket until like sometime in the second quarter. So it was the defense they played, because Houston was playing some old school. Ime Udoka was playing that old school 80s, 90s type defense on Steph Curry, but Steph Curry has seen that before, man. I saw Steph Curry in the NCAA tournament have the second year he was thought about. That whole, people was concentrating on him constantly, and he still managed to put in a pretty good season for himself. So the defense thing isn't anything that he hadn't seen before, so he was handling it. And then in the second half, he exploded, dropped him off a few times. Then it was pretty much over. Draymond Green, he was doing his thing. You know, he was hitting some timely shots. He was actually acting like a basketball player the other night. But I will say this, man, because this is what I wanted to speak on, because it's ridiculous. The stuff that they let Draymond Green get away with is ridiculous. And the fact that nobody's even cleaned his clock to set him straight is amazing to me, because this guy actually hauls off and hits the opposing player with a backhand, with a backhand, an open hand, like kicking, you know, his normal thing. If it's like a scrum on the floor, he's gonna get down there and he's gonna try to inflict some kind of pain on somebody, which is wild, because you can't retaliate. But they letting this guy get away with that stuff he did to Amen Thompson was a sword. I think it was a sword that plays for Houston. Amen plays for Detroit. But anyway, he just hauled off and hit it against a flail, but like, dude, but they've been letting him get away with this stuff for the longest. They've been letting him get away with this stuff for the longest. And it don't even make any sense, because you're crippling the other team. You're crippling the other team, and then you're not allowing them to play the same physical way. But I mean, that ain't even basketball, man. Like, if you want to say he said one time that he was like, he got raised by the Detroit Pistons of the 2004, and you know, that team. But something's gonna have to happen, man. Something's gonna have to happen. Like, I want to see how Minnesota's gonna handle his antics if he happens to pull them out, because there's some people that he's not gonna, you know, raise up on. But Rudy Gobert, you know, he hates Rudy Gobert, whatever. He loves to pick on him, right? So we're gonna see how that plays out. I don't think, well, we'll see. Rudy Gobert give him that same forearm that he gave LeBron in the back of the wig. We'll see how it goes, but that's an interesting storyline. How Anthony Edwards is gonna handle the defense, or you know, who's he actually gonna be able to use? Because I mean, like, you got your pick. Like, you can get Draymond. You can get Draymond. He's not the greatest defensive player of all time, Steve Kerr. I don't even know why you even said it. You played with Scottie Pippen. You played with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, two of the best defensive players of their era, and I think I would go far to say as any era. The two together. Like, you seriously gonna sit here and compare Draymond Green to Dennis Rodman, Jordan, Pippen, Alvin Robinson? He ain't even on Dwight Howard level, and he ain't Dwight Howard size, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he does not play defense like that. He plays some pretty good defense, but on the other end, he does a lot of dirty things that is allowed. And that's the surprising thing. They just allowing this guy to do this stuff. We'll see what happens in this next series. But it's pretty much all that I wanted to speak on as far as that, of what happened last night. I mean, I was off last night, so I decided to, chill. But here we go. Grandpa out.